In the 15th century, the companies of beasts and fowls, traditionally considered a part of this Book of St. Albans, though there's some speculation was actually added later, it gave English its rare poetic descriptions for animal groups. A murder of crows, a parliament of owls, a pride of lions, a trumpet of swans. In fact, did you know it also did the same for groups of humans? Really? A superfluity of nuns, a curse of daughters, a skulk of thieves, and my personal favorite, a fighting of beggars. It doesn't mean what you think it means, but it's still fun anyway. Well, as you saw from the title, we are in for an embarrassment of Dooplers. Remember, they're more afraid of you than you are of them. That's the problem. There's no teaser. We're straight into the titles this week and out the other side for what a doopler is, an alien being that, as a defense mechanism, will duplicate. A Cerritos is delivering their ambassador, which requires walking on eggshells while carrying a tall tray of dishes. But on the other side of this difficult mission is a conference with a massive after-party that the senior officers are looking forward to, and the lower deckers are jealous of. Well, the stars have aligned. Mariner has a scheme, and Boiler's not even hesitating to go along with it. The bridge crew of the Titan are invited, see, but they won't be able to come. So that means Boimler's transporter clone has an invite that he's not using. So Boimler can use that and bring along Mariner as his +1. As for Rutherford and Tendi, they're building a model Cerritos, and not merely a decorative one. It's meticulous, as only these two obsessive personalities could make it.
Do it again. Oh, sorry.
Eat your heart out, Tamiya. Well, they arrive at the starbase, only for Captain Freeman to make the critical mistake of complaining about her guest, because naturally the Doopler walks in and hears her. I mean, everybody can wander onto the bridge in Starfleet. Talking on the bridge should be treated like talking at a mic. Never assume that it's been switched off. So now they're stuck out here because Dooplers are worse than Tribbles. You're not allowed to just beam them onto an enemy ship and leave it to them to sort out. Boimler and Mariner take advantage of the Doopler crisis to beam over. Seems that she served on this base before, which a surly Tellarite passes along to someone else. Could it be because she hasn't paid her bar tab before? I wouldn't rule it out. Nope, actually it's someone she stranded on SETI Alpha 4 who's mad at her, but not so mad that he's not going to take advantage of her presence, it seems. She needs to relocate some merchandise for him, and he'll help her find that party then.
What's in them?
Limited edition Commander Data Bubble Bath.
Fully functional sudsy relaxation. You know who could use that right now?
She's giving us the silent treatment. That's
Rutherford and Tendi head off somewhere else to work on the model, but there's some confusing things about it. Rutherford lost memories, so there are notes on this thing from his past self that he can't figure out. As he's trying to figure that out anyway, Mariner's pissed off at Boimler because he was telling stories about her when she's the dipshit rather than stories about him being the dipshit. Well, their tension gets interrupted by first getting pulled over on their way with the cargo, and then learning under that bubble bath there's actually some illegal weapons being smuggled. I tell you, that's why it's always important to look past the data to what's underneath.
Station security has a rep for being crooked. They aren't going to let us off with a warning and a glass of Thai iced tea. They'll coerce a confession, then sell our comm edges on the black market.
Yeah, I'm not exactly famous for buying into Roddenberry's idealized future, but I'm thinking it's far more likely Mariner is just making shit up because she's mad and wants to get into a car chase in order to vent. Yeah, this has Blues Brothers written all over it. This ends with a crash into a lake and Mariner having had it with this guy.
All right. I'll send you the location. But you still owe me.
I owe a foot up your ass.
With interest. They make it there, but Mariner can't get in as the +1, leading to a fight about Boimler going off on the Titan. She's mad because he didn't apologize for being promoted off the ship, which when framed like that kind of makes her anger seem less justified. Boimler further notes that she never showed that he needed to apologize, that she's mad at him because she covers up her feelings so nobody knows her emotional needs. I mean, it's not expressed like that, but it's the gist of it. At the opposite end, Tendi explains to Rutherford about the model, that it was never finished, but on purpose, because it allowed the two of them to have a personal friendship thing to share that no one wanted to butt in on. This is truly what friendship looks like.
In warp core. In 5, 4, 3,
with that, we see Boimler and Mariner reconciling too. He leaves the party to hang out in a skeezy bar and apologize for the way that he left, which is reasonable, and says he was afraid she'd try to talk him out of it, which is even more reasonable. And as for the Doopler problem, Captain Freeman loses it and insults one of them, causing two of them to recombine. Well, there you have it. If any crew was ready to bring insulting behavior to a diplomatic mission, by God, it's this crew. Well, that sorts out the Doopler problem, so the senior officers can head off to the party. Except nope, this is an occasion of snobbery. California classes are not welcome here. No, not even the captain and her guests. Well, she, as you can imagine, is extremely pissed, but she manages to shift that rage into something constructive.
Excuse me? This is a private party.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's a little move I like to call the Doopler shift. We'll call this the Great Reversal. They managed to give this an A, B, and C plot, a big-time action scene, and even paid homage to Kirk and Spock with that bar. That's a lot to fit into one episode, but the pacing on this is excellent. The episode knows how to keep every scene from overstaying its welcome. Plus, you've got Richard Kind. He's perfectly cast, highly gifted comedy character actor, bringing the goods once again. This feels like Lower Decks being comfortable with itself again, and that makes it stronger overall.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord!
You face.
You, madam, have crossed the line.